Oh, well, competition is the name of the game. I've been told I didn't introduce myself, and I'm sorry. I'm Marcia Kreitz. I live in Jackson County, and I'm honored to be in this position tonight. We're going to begin with the question from the Smoky Mountain News. Scott McLeod, if you will take that question for us.
Thank you again for coming. Can you all hear me well?
Raise your hand if you cannot hear it.
Okay, I can speak louder. Is that good?
Yeah, good.
Thank you, Candace, for being here. Given the increasingly partisan divisions in the General Assembly and throughout the country that are stalling progress on important issues, please give us at least 2 examples of specific areas where you would be willing to reach across the aisle to support measures that your political party may not traditionally support. If there aren't any areas where you compromise with the opposition, tell us why that is the case.
You first. 2 minutes.
Thanks, Scott. Well, think about one thing right on hand. I think about our environmental laws, compromising. You know, common sense in environmental laws. I know somebody tonight's going to talk about fracking, and I know somebody's going to talk about the corridor K over here where we're trying to get a road built through the 18 miles that's left on corridor K to be done, and we're having a lot of resistance from environmental people. And so when I think about that, I try to think about common sense and reaching across the aisle to try to find common sense reasons for making the road happen in corridor K. You know, there's a lot of, we're in our area here, we are the most highest unemployment in the state. Graham County has had the highest unemployment for a long time, over 2 years now. And we need that road to provide economic prosperity for our whole region, particularly Graham County, Swain, and Cherokee. And yet, we have people who have environmental laws and permits on the book that don't allow us to get by there. We've been put off and put off and put off. And what we need is a little common sense. You know, everybody would say, well, it's those Democrats and those tree huggers and that are causing the problem. And I would say that it's time for us to look at a situation where we can go in there and work together, common sense rules, to try to allow this road to happen so we can have economic prosperity there. And then on the other side, we look at this fracking law. It looks like a terrible thing to me, and there's a lot of special interest money that's in this fracking law where people have been encouraged to vote one way or another in the legislature in derogation to I know that, but I've got to finish. In derogation to the idea of trying to protect people's water systems down in Chatham County and in the eastern part of the state where fracking would be an issue. So we go so far to the right on one issue on fracking, we want to do this no matter what. And we go so far to the left on another issue so that we get to a situation up here in the mountains where we don't want anybody that's walking on the Appalachian Trail to hear a car going up the mountain in second gear. You know that.
Judge Scott, I'm going to have to play Martha Rabbits here.
All right. I'm through.
Thank you.
Those are 2 things on opposite ends of the pole where we need to come together for the good of the people.
Very good. Thank you.
I agree that the environment is certainly one of them, and that's very applicable to Jackson County. Here, Jackson paper, right downtown Sylva, was visited by a Department of Environment and Natural Resources person, told them that they had to reduce their emissions of arsenic from 10 parts per million to 4. And they found out that the technology didn't exist to do that after spending $200,000. And also that arsenic occurs in the air naturally and amounts to 10 parts per million. And so those are common sense rules that we can do with the environment. Also, I've already talked with some individuals that from the Democrat side of the aisle in Raleigh about looking at extraterritorial jurisdiction in municipalities and some additional annexation reform. And so those are a couple of things that I would like to see worked on, and it can be done in a bipartisan manner.